Okay, I'm going to pick up where we left off. I have the bronchiectasis with acute bronchitis. So the thing here, I'm going to look under acute bronchitis first. This one's kind of tricky. So let me pull up my code book. So if I go under bronchitis, okay, and we know it is acute, okay, which is with the bronchiectasis is J47.0, our acute, which is J20.9. So if I look up J20.9, that's right there. And let's look up here. This excludes 2 note. We have acute bronchitis with bronchiectasis 247.0. Okay. So here it is. We also have to code the infection if there is one. Okay. Which is okay, so for number 9 here, we're going to start with, we have bronchiectasis with acute bronchitis. This one is a little bit tricky. I'm not a real fan of this one and the way the book coded it. I disagree. So what I am going to do, so I get my, okay, so if I go to bronchitis, so if you go to your main term, bronchitis, okay, we know that it's acute, and we have with the bronchiectasis, so it's 247.0, okay? And if you look at this, it covers everything in this statement, okay? The one thing I'm going to tell you that I don't like this because to me it's not having a student go to the furthest that they can go. So if a student would by chance just go to bronchitis acute or subacute, which is J20.9, which is just acute bronchitis unspecified. But here's the deal. If I go up to my notes and my excludes 2 notes, I have acute bronchitis with the bronchiectasis, which is 247.0. Remember, excludes 2 means not included here. So this instructs that the condition excluded is not part of the condition represented by the code. However, a patient may have both conditions at the same time. When excludes 2 note appears under code, it is acceptable to use both the code and the excluded code together. So with this, it's basically saying to me that I can use J47.0 and going back to my J20.9. Now, I looked in some coding clinics, and to be honest with you, for this one, I am just coding the J47.0, okay? Because this one code covers everything. It says code also to identify infection. We don't know what the infection is. So once again, J47.0. All right, so let's go ahead. With this, we have acute bleeding peptic ulcer. My main term on this one is going to be ulcer. And then you're going to go to your subterm peptic. Okay, so let's just make this smaller here. Let's see where we need to go. What else I have? I have acute bleeding peptic ulcer. Okay, so with that, we have peptic, acute, and then you're going to want to, again, these are all subterms. So I have my peptic. I want to go down to acute, all right? And then we have bleeding, so we're going to go with hemorrhage, which takes us to K27.0. All right, so our next one is dementia with aggressive behavior. Main term, dementia in your book. Once again, remember you can pause. This one's pretty self-explanatory. We have with aggressive behavior, F03.91. And I forgot to do this on the last one, so I apologize. Make sure you always check the tabular. So I could have missed A. So right here, it includes what with aggressive behavior. So we don't need any more digits. There's nothing under here under the category for more coding. Okay, so then our last one here, we have hereditary retinal degeneration. My keyword is going to be degeneration. And then I'm going to go to retinal or retina. Okay, so let's see where this takes us. Hereditary, and it says dystrophic. Okay, so retina, and then I went to hereditary, and it says C dystrophy retina. So now you need to go to your main term dystrophy. Going to take your time to get there. Okay, so my book is thinking, and then it's non-essential modifier, hereditary, so which is H35.50. So look it up in the tabular. Make sure we're not missing anything. I don't have any notes, so we're good to go. So if anybody has any coding questions over this assignment, please send me an email. I hope everybody enjoyed this. We're starting to dig in, and once again, I'm excited to, get into the next chapters.